that. We got Wonderful picking outside, but this ramp stack's getting pulled apart, and NAVI are running right into it.
Oh, yeah, they are, but they're getting stopped cold. Good shot from woxic. He's got bit to handle. All of a sudden, Wonderful gets one, but that's the bomb dropped. Great flank from Wicadia, make it a proactive play, and Wonderful's left. He's got plenty of time, but he's got 2 targets.
Yeah, he's got to cut noise eventually, but he doesn't know how close or how far Eternal Fire could be. So cutting it very early in this 1v2 is going to diminish time off the clock. Walking in through the site. Wicadia with eyes on. woxic also can block with that smoke.
It's all timing, though, because Wicadia's just given this a little jiggle.
Wicadia.
XANTARES going to check the roof in the silo.
Are they going to fake an upper hit? They've thrown some Mewtwo on that top side, but they are running ramp, and Im is still on this lurk in main. Timings are going to come pretty close as he swings through the smoke, finding XANTARES. They still go into the stack, and they get mauled for it. Alexi recovering the round with a huge entry, putting things in the favor of NAVI. They've still got this big flank. The aggression's tamed, and that's a really nice set piece for NAVI.
Eternal Fire need to get that into their heads. We've seen how NAVI likes to play, and we know how they like to play. They're going to take some space. They're going to push forward. They get these kills. They're going to pause and wait for those reactions. Major wanders right into it, and he's going to have to be very heads up on those movements in the future.
And we're only just getting started. Potential 5 maps today, but Beer wants to make it quick.
Okay. We're going to see Calyx shoot back, finding 2. This was a 2v5 a second ago.
Yeah, but careful about this little lurk out door. JL's going to take the risk, an educated risk. Calyx, I don't think he has any idea.
Dead man walking. 3-on-1, and Ima's in the garage. So again, like deja vu, if this player comes up secret, nowhere to go but back to spawn.
5 rounds in. woxic with that off is going to get the opening kill. A little bit blind, but he's found Ima. Already impact. Smoke blown open to delay the cross, make Wonderful a little bit cautious.
Ooh.
And woxic's got another one. That through the smoke.
Blind and smoked woxic. Nothing stops him right now.
Here's
Luck goes a long way.
Here's another one of those rounds where you're in a 5-on-3 and you want to make it clean. In a round like this that can establish your money for the rest of the half, don't lose too much.
Okay, mistimed reload, unfortunately, for woxic. Missed chance on that 3rd shot, but he is going to post back up on the line. Alexi going back towards the other side of red, and they're going to spot that jump up head scene. woxic feeling safe and will go back for more.
I love that he's re-peeking that right, trying to get warmed up early, feeling confident. 2 kills already deep in this round.
That's a really hard shot for JL to hit also, so he probably feels like he's got, pretty good safety. Major controls lobby. Eternal Fire in complete control. 1 player's downstairs already. XANTARES doesn't have to commit to any fight. He can just keep information and stay alive.
Bomb's not made it. It's still the danger of crossing is going to waste more time. Time that NAVI cannot afford in this 2v5.
Ooh, JL. Crosshair in the right spot. Missed opportunity. Molly to zone XANTARES away, but he's already on the back of sight. Footsteps heard. JL. They're thinking about going for this. They kind of have to with the position that they're in. Molly has forced XANTARES into the open. Great utility, great shots. And NAVI, they are attempting this 2v5, and it's looking more likely by the second.
woxic can save this round right here, right now. 14 seconds, a bomb gets dropped coming in, and Madra on the flank stops it from getting out of control. There's a full wall coming out as NAVI once again go for a ramp. Good timing on the jump for Calyx, but he's still traded, and the orb gets mollied off.
Oh, he wants to stand in it a little bit, risks some damage to try and grab one more shot. Wicadia's had to drop down, and Ima's crossed quietly. So Wicadia alone is going to step into the bomb site. But if this is a slow take, if NAVI waits for the secret player to get closer, Wicadia is screwed. They're not going to wait, so he grabs one. Looking for the next. JL up above dispatches him, and now Eternal Fire has to rotate.
Still a chance in the 3v3, but as you've seen, Ima already with the vent control, so if Magic goes down here, this might just fall for free.
This is the problem. You have, they feel like they have to risk it, and yeah. woxic can't drop. You need that AWP.
Yeah.
And now you have to save the round.
He won't force the issue. Nothing's given, and XANTARES is pushed back, but he has util to block, allowing Eternal Fire to play a really heavy up setup. They're going to need it.
Oh, woxic in a bit of an odd position, but he's still going to be able to fight there on Idiot Wall. It's ringing around, hoping that the pistols can help him out here, and it's looking pretty bloody good so far. Ima, given an opportunity to take that fight, picks up the AK. XANTARES fighting up the vent, and now woxic gets it done with another.
Get caught, but he's playing nades anyway, so yeah, this is just going to be a free kill for JL eventually. He's going to let his team get contact. I wonder if he does know. but I feel like he would have played by now. Calyx about to give away his position. Little does he know, there's a fly in the ointment here. Gonna bite him from behind. JL takes that easy kill and cuts off end rotation. Meanwhile, Bitch is here to make it look pretty on that top site, taking 2 heads.
Well, woxic alive, but with NAVI in full control in this round, it's going to be so difficult for him to get the AWP out of dodge. Man's got to fight for himself here, and he's not looking the right way. That is a clean one. A beautiful round out of NAVI.
This is a fantastic start to the T side, even with some resistance for Eternal Fire. And NAVI start to flex their muscles, pop into this top site. Player on the hut roof cleared out, but not a clean shot from Alexi.
Okay.
Wicadia comes flying in. 2 more kills from the young player as he looks to kill them all. 4 frags in the round. Wonderful in the clutch.
The reposition from XANTARES as well. He made his presence known over towards Mini, and he's going to reposition towards Heaven. Did shoot out the window, so it might be given away. Wonderful. There's some utility on the ground, but he's got a 1v2 as he disappears in towards the hut. Eternal Fire already making their move up top. One above him.
Making noise. XANTARES has managed to get his mitts on an M4 as well. But Wonderful's got the line. Now all focus turned back towards hut side. Wonderful clearing up top, but he's looked the wrong direction. XANTARES comes in clutch.
And he's taking his time. He's hit so early. He doesn't need to just instantly play. He can scale. He can hold for a repeat. If he looks up, he'll see that player take a kill. And now position revealed, but at what cost for Eternal Fire?
And what can woxic realistically do about it? He's playing over towards lockers, looking for the outside players. Can't find anyone, but this player in Heaven is making them real nervous.
Ooh, okay. XANTARES is going to find an answer towards Secret, but with the bomb now spotted, woxic taking down Imma. It's still bit the problem. Just walking around there at hell, JL given hell. And it's looking like XANTARES and Calyx have to try to team up and do it again, but this time there's 3 NAVI members.
Oh, you need this kill, you need it.
No.
Calyx, yeah,
No
good job.
trade.
And he still knows Bit was around somewhere, so he's still very cognizant of this late Heaven flank coming up. Oh, the timing, the timing and the Molotov as well. That's JL's. It separates them, 2v2. This got weird real quick.
Could have gone a lot worse. NAVI at least get back out and back into the bomb site. A re-Molotov to buy more time, and that allows XANTARES to group. They're full util, but got to focus on the kills.
JL,
You molly behind the box, surely.
incredibly sharp. So far this tournament, needs to fire up. Good nade, Molly in the same spot. Bit's gonna burn alive, won't get damage done, but it's JL tapping away. He's so good on these lines. Smoke gonna be going forward. Calyx looking for a fight here, and he's gonna take him down. Ramp pop this time. Calyx gonna be smoking that one off, and the AWP comes out to play. He's got woxic here.
Every time, there's always been a double setup. Ramp has not been the way in for NAVI at all. They've won it once.
Eternal Fire's had a really good read on it, you're right.
And it's not like two ramp, you know, one's hell playing support. No, there's 2 players locked in every single time. woxic can play this smoke as well. He can re-smoke as NAVI try and fight
Repop?
back.
I don't think he wants to give away his position now along the wall, so we're not going to see that smoke come out. And he doesn't have support here. Actually, excuse me, XANTARES now at the corner, but he's going to be mollied off. So it's all woxic, and he's got 2.
He's done enough. That's beautiful. Imma with a deagle and a dream gets that first shot, but a 1v5 is not a place you want to be. Hard shot to hit, and he won't be able to. 7-5. Eternal Fire going to lead by 2 as we hit the...
Down, we saw it in the comeback yesterday against G2. Oh, there's a good start.
No ramp stack for NAVI. Hey, they're ready for that upper hit that we talked about. Dropping a smoking hut immediately, but it's actually Eternal Fire storming onto the B site. Alexi snipes them from the single door with 2 kills to keep this round active for NAVI. They take control of lower.
It feels like they're considering going back upper.
Yeah, we still have Madja lurking right now, holding on this ramp flank, but flash back in is perfect. Calyx dodged it. He heard the flash coming. He takes 1 more with him.
Yeah, now you call all 3 positions. You say someone flashed and 2 players pushed. Unfortunately, the bomb is pushed all the way into the bomb site on woxic's back.
I mean, that doesn't matter. Madja can fake it out right now. He can draw the back upper.
Oh,
He
has.
made a lot of sound. JL already beaten him, and Wonderful going the long way, so there is so much space here at lower, but NAVI thinking, what the hell is going on right now, because there's not been too much sound.
The issue for woxic is nowhere feels safe to plant, right? He doesn't feel like he can get away with this, so he's just going to have to gamble on the single door, shuts it up, and gets it stuck in. 2v2 now. Wonderful. Is he ready for that upper player to come back down so quick? 2v1 JL. I don't know if this one's made for him right now. He's got no kit. They're layered up, and woxic finds the headshot. Still gives a path for that Mac 10 to run Heaven, and he's not being quiet about it either. XANTARES faking steps, goes back and clears out. Wonderful. What a beautiful read from XANTARES.
Yeah, really confident aggression out of XANTARES, taking control of the windows, now being able to pressure heaven. So the question becomes, how does Navi position themselves? There's the loss of outside reaction, crunch towards lobby,
so
clear things out. Yep, it's just all the standard reactions at the moment.
Okay, nice and silent on the drop. Madge up. Might be able to capture timing here. Navi managed to also get bit up the vent in the meanwhile while everything has been going on, and they're going to go for a full rewrap, maybe?
Eternal Fire's giving them a taste of their own medicine, right? Like, they got that space out towards heaven with the MAC-10s, and then they kind of just chilled. And it's Navi's reaction. They haven't been able to find anyone on these pushes. Nothing when they crunch lobby, nothing when they path all the way to ramp room. Finally, now they get a positive engagement, but this round's already out of their reach.
Yeah, by process of elimination, they know that Navi have to be ramp or lower. And so nothing is a worry. This spam doesn't exist, woxic. He's trying. It doesn't exist.
It does with the AWP.
Not with the AK.
It's just not with the AK. Caliber difference is a little bit too big, and Bit's going to be able to at least salvage a MAC-10 away. If they can save that, and if Alexi can find himself a secondary pistol, then there's still a similar buy going for Navi in the next, and they might find more than that. woxic can be able to cut one down, and Alexi just carries the MP9 across.
I think woxic has to actually escape towards T-spawn. Alexi could grab another one. Knife is out, bomb goes up, low on HP. Beautiful. Navi did shift a couple of players downstairs through that defensive smoke to try and posture like they had presence, and I think it might have worked. It looks like Eternal Fire is going to come right back up and run into the stack.
You know, Eternal Fire heavily favoring this round, but with 3 players ready and a guy who can come up the vent, that block is big right now. Can they hunt him down? Yes, they can. Catching JL off the smoke bloom. Wonderful drops into the back of the site, and Alexi makes up for it with 2 big kills, dropping the bomb inside of A. They can't quite finish him. The break might be enough. Coming in, Imma picked out. It's a 2v2 right now. They know Alexi's still alive, but XANTARES comes in on the backstab. Wonderful, in a box, in a casket, and Eternal Fire try and drop down that vent.
That's a sick prediction on the spam. Almost lands it, but he only heard one crossover. What a shot from Major.
This is happening right now.
And Madge up has just been calling so incredibly well this event. And so far, so good. The shooting has been what's getting them through it, and they're doing it again. Calyx going to be able to find the opening this time. There goes the rifle, or one of which Wicadia not going to be able to put the pressure on the other extremity. So EF all in here on the yard wrap.
And that's the lobby lurk. So Eternal Fire have no more presence in lobby towards the upper bomb site. Major doesn't look like he's considering left corner at all. This is
jump of the gun. Where are the rifle stars when you need them? Navi hoping for JL to save this round. That is the bomb, but Madge hits a headshot.
Where's everyone else? Okay, one up in heaven. XANTARES, freebie. Now you know where Wonderful is. Another 1v3, this time with an AK. And
Still
look at the health. He's doing so good.
Ooh, they may have jumped this one. They're going to double group. This is cheeky. Wonderful takes space. This is such a good play for Wonderful. He's going to clear out main. He's going to know that it has to be heaven by process of elimination. That or the lobby. There's no one in there.
Only problem is Eternal Fire now have 2 Molotovs to play with. If they send them to the right positions, then Wonderful might just be locked out.
Oh, we can pick one out of the puzzle right now. Eats an AWP shot, finishes the job. Does he know? Back of the site, spamming early. XANTARES gives his position away, and he still doesn't have that bomb. Wonderful. Molly gives him lots of room to move. A 1v3 for Wonderful with an ace in the round.
Well, we'll find out shortly. It's going to be the upper pop and the mop up from Imma. Going to be able to stop them in their tracks. Eternal Fire, do they keep committing here? XANTARES not going to be looking above him. Great positioning from JL to deal with that, and it's not looking like this one is going to work out for Eternal Fire.
Be careful, you're alone on the ramp, and he almost went in on the flank there, but called off at the right time.
I think he's called off by Wonderful, who lets him know he's rotating over. Maybe not called off, maybe he makes the decision when Wonderful calms that he's moving over. Calyx, the last one left, gets killed by the MP9. 3 rounds in a row for Navi coming back into this opening map. There might be a little gap in that smoke. There we go.
Calyx, though, finding another smoke bang, this time onto Imma, who was locking down the door, and Alexi now has to turn his attention back there with JL, just in case EF were actually going to go for the upper pop. Ball gets broken.
This is that upper split. It's in the making. It's cooking right now for Eternal Fire. They park behind the main position.
Oh, that's nice.
And they look to play late through that smoke. JL has a great spot right now. But where will he commit? That spray looked good, but Magify fires back, and suddenly NAVI, they've lost all their info. They're gambling lower. They've got ramp push coming in. It's all too late. Eternal Fire have pushed out upper. Alexi can't save this round.
No, he's the only... Well, the flank might be able to. They're in lobby now. What can Bit produce? Calyx and Major working together. One's going to peek on the other's contact. Major first up. He's got the kill. Peek from Squeak Door comes in. They now know the position of the op, but I think Wonderful might want to save that. He definitely will now.
Well, if he's allowed to. He's going to do some running. They know exactly where he is. They're locking him in on the ramp side, and they know that they don't want to run into Wonderful's AWP next round.
I mean, JL's intuition is so nice, but I can't believe he just spams and gets fired back. Like, that felt like the round-winning play for NAVI. It felt like the only guy they had on that top side.
Yeah. One of those bloody telemarketers.
Okay, double nade into the site. Nobody's home. Nobody takes damage. Nobody chunked down from NAVI. A lot of utility being thrown towards upper. Wonderful. He's got his eyes on ramp. Nice and easy. XANTARES goes down. That's the bomb. Risky peek, but a beautiful hit to the dome of Wonderful.
Felt like Wicadia hasn't had any big impact frags in a while.
They don't have any
that's
smokes.
A huge one.
Eternal Fire have no smokes for this lower bomb site. They've got 2 Molotovs. They can deep Molotov control, but they can do nothing about the single door being swung open.
That's fine if they just don't plan for it, right? Stick it Astralis, stick it left side site. Don't worry about what Bit's doing in this position. They just need to have the control of the stairs.
Yeah, he's got control for the rotations. Swinging in, Calyx just ready enough. AK still in hand, but now the man disadvantage makes it harder for NAVI to convert. Madja still locking onto the ramp side, and there's 2 members here lurking through. Imma going to be able to blow a hole in the door and maybe draw attention away, but Madja is locked in, focused up, sees the bend of it, and now it's all on Imma. Has to do it himself to try and keep NAVI in here on NUKE, but that ain't happening, and we've got Eternal Fire